Okay guys, so here is going for a outlet cover made out of cardboard. So all I did was take my outlet and I traced it on the cardboard that is finally dry with the spray paint. I did have to do a couple of coats. And then remember, on the inside of it, it's not like the typical outlet. It is like this. So I'm probably going to hot glue it on there. So I'm going to start cutting this out and then we'll be back. Okay, so I got part of it cut out. I was trying to use the knives and they just kept coming loose. Then I was tightening them and yeah. So I just used my new scissors I got and this is what it looks like right now. I'm gonna clean up the edges and finish cutting here. All right, so we have all the edges cut off. Now I just need to do the middle. I traced where those outlets are for, sorry about that, for the actual plug, but again, it's not going to have that solid piece in there. So I'm probably just going to go around this with the knife and then kind of square it down, almost like a weight or like a snowman with a really skinny middle. And then also on the edges, I just realized that it looks like cardboard, of course. So I'm going to spray paint those and let that dry before I try putting it up there. But I'm going to cut the middle and be right back. Okay, here we go. Not the best, and it's a little crazy, but hey, it is better than having nothing up there and then having that one where it looks really cute. So let's put this up here. You can see one side is clearly wider than the other. So if it doesn't fit, then I can adjust it, and if it does, then I'm gonna say it's good. Oh, sweet. So it's kind of hard to do one-handed, but I think it's pretty darn close. You might have to take off like a little bit more just to slide it on. Let me see if I can get you guys to sit there. Awesome. All right. So it's not going to be perfect, but it looks like it's so close. I might have to take just a little bit more off one of the sides to get it to stay, which is fine because like I actually want to still go and spray paint all of those sides. So I'm going to take a little bit more off. Okay, so before I actually take more off, what I'm going to do, see if you can see this, I'm going to just clean up the edges because it fits so close to that. So I don't want to take more and then have it not fit. So I'm just taking that, I think it's called X-Acto knife, I'm not sure if that's right or not, and dragging it across those pieces, trying to make sure that it's nice and smooth. And then if it still doesn't fit, I can always take a little bit more. Can see right here on this inside there's still kind of a lot right there. And again, I'm probably going to spray paint it again just before I put it on because it's obviously not going to look perfect regardless. Nothing in my house is perfect, but it definitely is the best that I could do by myself. So I'm proud of it, even if it isn't up to everyone else's standards. It is what it is, and it's something that I did by myself, so I'm proud of it. Except for having my little munchkin, my mini-me. She definitely is a helper, too. All right. I think that I've got the insides of that cleaned up a lot better. Still a little bit, but let's see how this goes. All right, so I'm going to put you back over here so I can have two hands. Okay, come on. Oh, it's almost on there. Oh, it's so close. I got so excited for a second. Come on, buddy. You can do it. It might have to be just a little bit cleaned up a little bit more or just a tiny bit more off. All right. Try to get a little bit more off. Let's see what we can do with it. So on the bottom right here, it's a little crooked. So I'm going to try straightening that out. Let's see if that helps probably. And again, this is just cardboard that I spray painted a few times and cut with a knife. And we're going to make it work. Something that we can't go to the store and buy anything. And majority of the time, my stuff in my house is always on a budget. So if we can make it from something, then that's what we'll do. We won't just go buy it, or we'll get it used and then clean it up and make it our own. All right, so it might be okay now that that is more even. Whoop. The one problem I'm having is this thing keeps going really loose. There we go. So I'm learning my lesson on making sure that when I feel like getting loose to stop and tighten it. All right, let's see. I'm trying to just smush the edges in a little. Hopefully once I paint it, it'll look a little bit nicer because it's a little rough right now. I might put tape around the edges. I'm not sure if that would let me spray paint over it or not. Maybe like electrical tape, so we'll see. Oh, it's really definitely a little crooked right here too. So I think the side that looks better and isn't as crooked as this one. So let's try it up here first before I cut more, because I don't want to have it be too big and then not fit, and then it'd be really gappy. Oh, it's so close. Okay, yep, I think just evening that other side out like we were just looking at. So that one is the good one, I believe. Yeah, it's that one. Just a little crooked. So I'm gonna try taking just a tiny bit off. I'm gonna take little by little because I don't want to have to start over. Yes, I have some cardboard left, and yes, I do have some spray paint left, but not a lot. It's kind of tricky to just get a little bit off at a time. So it might have been better if someone measures in the beginning of it to get exact measurements, but I feel like even if I do that, I'm always kind of tweaking it, so. And I kind of like just winging it and coming up with my own ways too. All right, I got that last edge off. That looks much better. Still a little bit funky and a little bit rough, but again, we'll spray paint it and hopefully it'll be all right. If not, it'll be good enough for right now. All right, let's try this bad boy. I'm so excited. I can't believe it worked. Okay, here comes moment of truth. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, I'm so excited. No, it is not perfect, but guess what? It fits and it's covered, so this is gonna be a lot less obvious as if it just left it like that. So, all right, here comes the spray paint. Sorry about that. So, I spray painted it before, obviously, in the first video. And so, we're going to do that exact same thing. I'm going to be a little bit careful because I do not want any pink spray paint to get on the wall. I would totally cry because we just finished those. All right, so I'm going to shake up my spray paint. I'm going to kind of try to smooth out those edges. I'm not going to tape it like I was wondering because I'm just going to see. So at first, I'm going to spray paint the inside of this. I feel like it's wasting a lot of spray paint. I'm going to put this down here so that way if there is any spray paint that's not just on this, at least it's getting that a second coat. There we go. So just getting the inside corners of that. I think the outside corners are going to be what really matters the most as far as like looks. There. I like it. All right. I'm going to set this down. I'm going to move that one over because it definitely got some. And then just go over those edges. And the bottom edge I was holding, of course. All right. We're going to let that dry. I'm going to put a fan on it. And then we'll try it again. All right. So we have a fan on that right there. While that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and come up here and check what we did up here. So up here is just this blank space. We had a black kind of rusted pot holder and all of that, so we just painted pink, of course. And then this is awesome. I wanted to do something and give it a little pizzazz that's not just white, and I couldn't do the pink behind everything or do like pink and gray or a cool design because it's spray paint. So it would have got on the covers we just painted. So what I did was I took this old it's like one of those inside frame inserts, and it was black and kind of gunky, so we just painted it, and then I ended up putting it up with nails. The nails just went in a lot easier, and then I just spray painted it, actually my finger, and then rubbed it on the nails so it's not as obvious. But as you can see, maybe I can definitely see, it's really loose over on this side, but I didn't want to keep putting nails in it, so guess what I'm going to do? If you know me, you know this is coming. I'm going to hot glue it. All right, so just to make it easy, hopefully not messy and get glue everywhere, I'm gonna just take my hot glue gun right across the back of it, and then I'm gonna right away push that. All right, so I can see right there, there's a string. There's gonna be hot glue strings like majority of the time when you're doing something like I am, especially because it's hung up. Oops, knocking stuff over. All right, so that actually is holding it, and look, I don't even have to do it down here if I didn't want to. It's actually really tight. So up here I know that it's pretty good because it has the nail on each side, but on this edge it is still kind of pushed out. Oh, I just noticed. You know why? Because it's a little uneven. So this side is almost right above it, but then this laps over it just a tiny bit, so that could be part of it. So let's do hot glue on the inside of this and along the edge and see what we got. It might need some more, but we're gonna try that and see. The one thing I like about hot glue and spray paint is it's pretty instant. You don't have to wait. I was gonna put more in this corner because it's kind of up, but it's actually good and I don't want hot glue to drip anywhere. So we're gonna leave that up there. That looks awesome. And we also have a couple of hooks that were black and kind of blah, and we painted those. So I'm excited to put those. I used to have them up here with them, but I'm thinking maybe in these spaces. I do have to open the cupboards, or maybe up above, I'm not sure yet. And then we did our paper towel roll, love it, and this light switch, that light switch. So I'm super excited to have some pops of pink. I wanted to possibly paint the appliances because they're old and just kind of, they're not even white, they're like an off-white. But I don't have appliance paint. So then I watched a couple of videos that people have done spray paint, and it's worked, but spray paint, I can't get all the appliances out. So we're just gonna figure that out. I do have some sticky paint or paper like I did for the back of this, so that might be an option too. Definitely the backsplash is not perfect and it is not lined up on all of the creases, but I love it. It's something that I did by myself with Dulcie, and literally we've done all of this stuff in the kitchen, even the countertops, for less than like 50 bucks. My dad did bring over his extra gray paint, so that was definitely going to be the more expensive part, but all of this backsplash is from the dollar store, and I think we got 6 rolls and that was just enough. And what else? This was all just spray painted. The countertops, that was the tricky part. So I will put pictures of what these terrible countertops look like before. They were just that old laminate, like brownish, ugh. And so I didn't have sandpaper or anything, so I did not sand them. So I had to do a couple coats of a stain and then put a sealer over it. So that sealer was also in the $50. That and the paint was probably the most expensive part. Let me go grab the stain. I'll show you what I used. So this is the stain I got. I know it's kind of hard to read. We got it at Meijer's for like $5 a while ago, and it's kind of that charcoal look. If I would have been able to sand or put like a primer or something down for the countertops, it probably would have stayed and been totally fine without a sealant. But because I didn't have that and I kept having pieces come through, I ended up getting this, the clear semi-gloss, and I had to do 2 or 3 coats of that. I'm not sure now that I think about it. I think it was 3. And then finally that ended up sealing it and it stayed. Here's some of my flower pieces. So if anyone wants any flowers sealed from weddings or special occasions, let me know. This is my art gallery and craft room. All right, let's go back out to the kitchen and see what we got. So I just checked it and it's still pretty wet. As you can see, it's on my fingers. So we're gonna let that dry a little bit longer. Okay, so I do have these other 2 hooks that used to be up here, but what I think I'm gonna do is put them up on that edge, and then I can still hang stuff from it if I need to, and it'll still be high enough up where it's not gonna be in the way. Okay, so I did have screws that went with these, but I cannot find them. I painted them pink, so I'm kind of bummed I can't find them, but I could still do just the spray paint to the finger and put it over that if needed. So let's see. I don't have to really have it where I can reach it easily either, I don't think. So we're going to try this and see what happens. Make sure it's going the right way. I think if I want to leave that there. Yeah, I think so. Alright. I was thinking about putting it over here maybe because I sometimes will hang like an apron and stuff or like a bag for papas. But I think we're just going to do it side by side. It's pretty close. Probably perfect, but okay. Switch hands so I can screw this up. Looks pretty even. All right, there we have it. Let's check this. Normally it dries so quick, but with stupid cardboard, it definitely doesn't do it right away. Yeah, it's still pretty wet. Well, actually, might be okay. Yeah, it's getting fingerprints on it, so it's already gonna look a little wonky because it's cardboard. So I'll give it a little bit more time. Okay, so I think it's dry enough, and I think I'm gonna put that to the top because that one looks a little bit nicer. And then, oh, it is still wet. Dang it. Well, I think it'll be okay because I'm just hot gluing it. Because I'd rather just get it up there and have it done. Hopefully I just don't get it on anything because that would suck. You know what? I'm going to rub it along there because that is the part that's going to be on the wall. And if it is on the wall, I definitely don't want it to come off on that. That would be way worse. All right. That's kind of, yeah, it's still pretty wet. All right, we'll give it a little bit longer. All right, so it's not totally dry, but again, I just want to get stuff done. So I'm going to try putting it here and get that hot glue gun and see what we got. Fingers crossed. All right, please don't get on anything you're not supposed to and just fit. Come on, you can do it. I know you can, I believe. Oh, come on. Oh, dang it. Oh, I just messed that part up. Okay, we're going to take you off because I just messed it up. Ah, dang it. I'm going to hot glue that little spot I just messed up. All right, let's try again. Please fit. I wonder if I use something else besides my finger. If I can get it on there. Whoop. Without messing up the paint. There. Sweet. Yeah, I love it. All right, now let's get some glue in there to make sure you stay, buddy. Oh, I guess no more will fit right there. All right. Okay. Squeeze. Oh, where's that thing at? Oh, it's looking good. Oh, dang it. I messed it up a little. But better than having it just plain and not on there. Oh, I say. And there you have it. It's a little crazy, but guess what? From far away, it doesn't look that bad. Ta-da! Ta-da! All right. Outlet cover made from cardboard.